every analyst I've spoken to from India is saying, yes, this is the hypothesis that this is a pre-election rally holds.
Yeah, no, we have seen quite a lot of flows in that month. But I think if you look throughout all of 2024, I think we could see very strong flows in equities, maybe around between 25 to 30 billion. We're certainly going to get $30 billion of inflows into bonds with the JP Morgan index inclusion, and then FDI should be another 30 billion or so. So that's a good 100 billion of inflows into India. So I think the rupee would probably kind of move towards that 81 level to the dollar as well. So again, that's not so bad for inflation going forward in terms of imports as well. So I think all of these factors are good for India. But I think what I'm hearing is that most expect a big flow of foreign investments into equities because the view is now that the elections are it's a slam dunk for the BJP, and it's really just talking about what kind of majority will they get. So again, no risk there in the short term for the markets, and of course that stability of the government is really what the markets like.
No, they do like that, but there's only that much stability premium that you would ascribe to a market, right, which is already trading at high valuations. So I understand that there is broad expectation that Prime Minister Modi would return for a third term, and the absolute numbers in the lower house would matter in terms of how much majority he can get this time around. Would it be 300 plus or not? Remains to be seen. My question is only about what would bring about the next wave of inflows, as you pointed out, and the focus there would be squarely on reforms. Now, what would be the top priority reforms that investors would expect from the government?
I think just the continuity of what they've been doing, Tanvi. I mean, they've been doing these PLI schemes. The market is like that, and so has foreign companies like the kind of the kind of new kind of projects which they can now kind of be involved in India. So I think the continuation of that. I don't think there's any one big bang reform. The only thing that I do worry about, and I hear kind of increasing noises around maybe increasing capital gains tax for equities, which they did, if you remember, last year in terms of the debt markets. So that's something we have to watch out for. Obviously, it's a one-off event and would have a negative impact for markets. But I mean, that's the only kind of tax reform which I think the market would be looking for from a negative viewpoint rather than a positive viewpoint.